Welcome back to Yeah Yeah Podcast, everybody. I'm Grace, and here with me today, she's on heroin, and she's currently nodding out in the studio. I don't know what's going on, but the colors on her outfit are looking absolutely amazing. Please welcome Tweaker Dulce.
What the fuck?
I don't know. In 7th grade, I had a Spanish teacher who said, when you're speaking Spanish, don't let it be like constipation. Let it be like diarrhea. Just let it flow.
What the fuck?
And so I think you guys know where I'm going with this. I was just letting that flow.
No one knows what the fuck is going on right now.
This is, by the way, this is me when I have to wake up at 8:45 in the morning. Painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Dulce, and I'm not on heroin.
That's exactly what someone on heroin would say.
Before the podcast. Fucking sue me. Anyway.
Hashtag currently in litigation.
Introduce the guest.
No, I think we need to talk more about your drug issues first.
No.
Please welcome our guest. I think he's really weirded out by us. Are you?
No, I'm not weirded out by it, but it's the greatest intro I've ever heard for a podcast.
Thank you so much. I've literally been waiting for recognition.
Here's my drug addict co-host.
Yeah. Last week was She Has Herpes. Raj Suresh, everybody.
Yeah, I'm here. And I'm not on heroin, but whatever the fuck is in the air in Austin is
you
slowly
have herpes
killing me. Maybe it's that. I feel like that's like a white people only thing.
Hashtag currently not in remission.
Isn't it from the cedar?
It's the cedar tree or whatever.
Yeah.
Cedar, yeah.
Because I took
fever.
Claritin and it didn't do anything. And then one of my
Yeah.
friends was like, you have to get Texaclear, which is what I got. And
Is that real?
that's like an HEB product.
Texaclear.
HE butt.
Good one.
That's
Okay.
what it's called.
Classic.
That is what it
Herbert
is, right?
E-Butts.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I got his Texaclear stuff. It works. It's
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a lot more alive than last week.
But you're still kind of dying?
Yeah.
Or?
My voice keeps like roughing up, but yeah, it's nice being here.
I feel like maybe it's not the cedar. Usually when people come, they're doing a lot of blow and eating barbecue. So I feel like that's where the sickness is coming from.
That's hilarious.
True.
That's my first hacky Austin joke of the evening. Everyone's like, cocaine and barbecue always. It's
Not
a
to
great
be
combo.
a bitch, but I never get allergies at all.
So you just naturally sound this
Whoa.
tired, or
Yeah.
Thank you for the disclaimer, but it didn't work. You are a bitch.
Okay. I had a really nice intro for you, and then you ruined it.
What was the intro for me?
Don't worry about it, Grace.
I'm a little worried. Are you
No.
worried?
I was gonna be like, my ride or die that will wake up at 8 a.m. to go with me to the DMV. Boom.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
a
I did.
drug
I
addict.
did.
did you both have business at the DMV, or you just accompanied her?
I just accompanied her.
That's really nice.
I thought
Yeah.
she did though.
you just. What time was it at?
I woke up at 8:45 in the morning.
That's insane. To go
And
to
this
the
is my
DMV?
off day. And let me put it into perspective. I was up till 4 in the morning on what? Kratom.
Barbecue. Oh.
Oh, sorry.
It's the same
Whatever.
thing.
Yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know what that is.
Have you had barbecue?
You've
I'm
never had
vegetarian.
barbecue
I've never
or
done
kratom. I
cocaine.
knew that
Oh.
about you. Have you been a vegetarian your whole life?
Like 99% of it.
Okay,
There was
yeah.
a year when I was like 8 where my parents were like, I went to like a new school and I saw a kid eating a hot dog and it looked cool. And so I told them I ate one and they're like, well, you can try meat if you want. We won't cook it, but we can buy you it. And I tried it for a bit and then I realized it was like our pets. Like my great grandmom has like a farm in India. So I pieced together what meat was and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I
felt real
saw
bad.
from your post, you're like, my family are farmers.
That's right.
And you're very serious, motivational.
Super serious about Yeah, I really like gardening. I want to see what these cringy posts are. Because
He's like, just pull them up, please.
every day that Facebook shows me another memory is just one step closer to death. I was like, why was I like this? What was I doing? I probably am still doing things like that 5 years from now.
Same.
What the fuck?
I mean, people's idea of cringy versus my idea of cringy is like different. Like they'll be like, oh, this post from middle school is so embarrassing. And I'll be like, oh, this post about how you love your family is fucking humiliating. Why would you post this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't include any of the motivational speaking ones just because I feel like people stand behind those and I can't take any more hate. You know,
No.
I really can't.
She's
Wait, like you mean the guests or like people that like the comment section?
the
both.
comment section.
Yeah.
They're just like, why are you making
They
fun
think
of like
she's
an actual...
evil.
They more say like, "Why are you fat? Why are you
No,
ugly?"
What?
they haven't. They actually call me fat more and ugly. They
That's
just
insane.
said she's evil, and they're like, "You're ugly" to me.
That's awful.
Yeah,
These are
Yeah.
and these are your fans, just random people on the internet.
these TikTok people.
Oh,
I
that's
think
bad.
they're 16-year-olds.
Yeah, I feel like those kids don't like. No one punches that generation in the face. They don't.
Never.
I don't know if they fight like we
I
used
just
to.
feel like the lack of like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and like new metal is
Yeah.
making them soft.
That's, yeah,
You know what I mean?
I have been seeing a lot of the youngsters wearing what looks like their grandmother's jewelry. Like no shade to them, but
know.
I mean, not to sound like a boomer, but like back in my day, you did that, like people would fight you,
Yeah,
which is weird. But
we all had to wear Abercrombie and Fitch, otherwise we were gonna get our asses beat.
I had to learn English. It was
Yeah.
So did she.
it was
Yeah,
so
that is
terrible.
hard.
People just make fun of you for like trying in like
Dude,
a third language.
finally a guest you can relate to
Wow.
about this.
Yeah,
When did you move to America?
I was 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was 13.
Mm.
Wow, he beats me, guys.
Where did you come from?
Venezuela.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I lived in the Middle East for like most of my life. I'm Indian, but I grew up in the Middle East and then came here for like college. And so I think like now I've lived most of my life here. Like this
Yeah.
is where I've lived the most.
Did you study English before you came here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Indians learn English from day zero, plus usually whatever language is spoken at your house.
Yeah.
So like my mom and dad speak different languages, so they each taught me those two and English, and then I had to learn like another language in school.
I had this thought last night. I was like, American people will always be like, don't fucking speak Spanish, speak English. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, literally like the rest of the world has to learn English.
Yeah.
You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
crazy? Like you just like go to Germany and they like just speak English
There's no
for the
English,
most part.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like the language of global trade. But I have seen in Austin, Spanish is useful. Like I've met a number of people that spoke basically no English, and I don't speak Spanish. And I tried to learn before. I'm not very good at it, but I feel like if I moved here, that would be like the first, like comedy, and then like try to learn more Spanish than what I know.
You can just work like at a restaurant and you'll learn.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what people do.
they were. That's how they figure out how to speak
Yeah.
Spanish.
True.
Duolingo is not like a.
I mean,
I mean, that
yeah.
would help. Yeah.
You get to see the little twink bird, but I feel like the opposite. Like I'm like, there's not enough Spanish here. Like living in Houston, I'm like, where are the places where they only speak Spanish? Like, can we get food from there? Because
Yeah.
they're probably good.
Did you start in Houston?
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah,
Zahid?
we.
Is
Yeah.
that's how you
yeah.
both know. I didn't know you were. I thought you were
course.
Austin always.
No.
That's
God.
cool.
Insult.
No, I run a show with him in New York, and it's when we start every show, the audience just hates both of us.
Yeah.
Kind of
Really?
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just like get up there and say borderline racist things, but it's always only racism like at brown people, so it's like within the community, so it feels allowed. They really don't like that, and then
Really?
like then comics get up and like just like crush as a result, which is
Is
what
it
we
white
want.
people that don't like it?
No, there's a lot of Indians
Oh,
that
okay.
show up. I just think they feel like they're better than it, or maybe they just want a different experience that wasn't racist in nature.
Yeah.
Wow. That's weird.
Yeah, they were asking
Yeah.
too much.
I
It's a
feel
$10
like
ticket.
those people just have PR personalities.
Yeah.
Is what I call them.
NPC.
HR personalities.
Yeah, and a lot of
Yeah.
those people are coworkers too. So like come like an office group, so they don't want to be laughing at like quote unquote the wrong thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, that's boring as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, love Zod.
Meanwhile, in Austin, it feels like anything goes.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
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 Well, the further from politically correct you are, the more
Yeah.
accepted.
Yes.
The worse you are, the best you are here.
Oh no.
That's true. We reward horrible comedians. We really do. Yeah, you're right. The worse you are, you're getting up everywhere. You know, you have your
Really?
time to shine. For real.
We mean mentally also.
Yeah.
Yeah. That runs.
Big into the handicap community here. They're laughing because it's true. We are. Anyways, let's skip the small talk. Sorry for that extremely accurate hot take. I mean, come on, guys. We looked through your social media and found some posts
Yeah.
and pictures.
Great.
Just give us an explanation,
Oh,
story
God.
time, whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about your favorite color. I don't care.
All right.
Let's pull up the first thing we have.
It's going to be so hard. I don't even like watching my stand-up, and that's something I try at.
Oh, I actually looked at your stand-up to look at the
Oh my
comments.
God. This is like the oldest post I have.
Justin,
It
don't
actually
be
is.
mad.
Yeah.
I spilled the Red Bull on the couch.
Oh, Jesus.
It wasn't a lot though. I got it.
I must have been 16.
Yeah, this is your first profile picture ever.
I think I was like 15 or 16. I came home to India from like a break in college or something. Or yeah, this is like the year before I went to college is what this is. And I took this picture like right before I left on a webcam. That was back in the day. You had like those big like box PCs. I think Facebook was new, and I was like, they should know what my face looks like. And this pixelated missing child poster is what I came up with.
You look like Zod.
Yeah, I mean, when I wear a hat, if I lose a bit of weight, we look like each other anyway. But yeah, very cringy. It's actually
if
my.
you start talking a lot, you'll be exactly him.
Yeah. I just gotta like triple down on like the pedophilia jokes, and then like that's really like get dark. Yeah.
And just talk about comedy and conversations for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you
At
gotta,
4 a.m.
At 4 a.m., 5 a.m., just keep talking.
Decide.
Yes.
Right, guys? That
Yeah.
nigga? Yeah.
Love this photo. I mean,
Okay, I hate you. Just the way you said that.
no, I love it. I think it's great. I like that you thought it was a good choice to have a really bright light behind you. I think that really accented your features really well. Really beautiful. Yeah, I love the old webcams. I miss
had
those.
no idea what I was doing. I was going to like college in America. Never been there before. My cousin helped me with like most of the applications. Like he like wrote like I did the essays and stuff. And then he's like, all right. And then I got Facebook to try to find friends in America before I got to school. And I had my roommates' names, like the assignments. So I messaged one of those guys. I'm still friends with him to like this day. Like I went to his wedding, the whole nine. And that's the picture he saw.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, hey, man, I'm going to be landing in like Detroit. Is that close to Penn State, which is in like State College, Pennsylvania? So I had no fucking idea like how far away anything was geographically. And I think he thought I was a psycho. And he like saw me on the first day. And it turned out that he is actually the more awkward of the two of us.
That's
like
good for you.
On the spectrum, nuclear engineer, super smart guy.
Penn State.
Yeah,
Is that the pedophilia one?
it is.
Nice.
Yes.
What?
Is that when you were there?
It was the final year that I was there.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, so all my
what happened?
Sandusky was touching kids, and they discovered it. He was doing it over like a long period of time.
But what was he the coach of? Football?
Yeah, he was like a notch below. I don't know if he was. No, he wasn't. I don't know if he was ever. I think he quit something to do with the football team. I'm gonna get skewered in the comments for this because I don't care about American football. But then
Neither do we.
he ran this charity called the Second Mile, I think, which was for like underprivileged kids. And he was like, "Oh, I'll take you to the suite, football and and then he was like touching them.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
It's a
then
really
it got
big scandal.
reported, and the university tried to cover it up, and all kinds of shit happened.
What?
Like they just didn't do anything with it. They did some kind of investigation. Nothing ever came of that. But like this was a report from like a coach in his probably 30s or 40s who was like, "Hey, I saw this dude with a kid in the showers."
In the showers?
Yeah, he heard noises and he went there and he stopped everything, like the presses basically, and was like, "You got to do something," and they just never did.
Whoa.
So when the whole thing broke, like there were like quote unquote riots across campus.
Were there protests and stuff?
They flipped over a news van. It was about 100 kids, but they made it look like 1,000. And
They flipped over
my
a news
God.
van?
they were very angry at the way they were being portrayed in the media, and that people were blaming Joe Paterno for it. It was like, and back then, even I was kind of like, man, it feels unfair because Paterno was like 70-year-old man at the time, or like 60-year-old man. But now in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, dude, Joe, you really dropped the ball there. Like you're the most powerful guy on campus.
Yeah.
You can't be like, the cops looked into it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really big scandal. I remember that.
I don't know what I went to one football game my entire college
Yeah.
4
Good
years.
football team? Good coach.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just had no interest in paying money to watch guys my age run headfirst into each other.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's what we say.
yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's like the CTE Olympics.
Yeah, they're just being mean to each other. What did you major in?
Marketing.
Okay.
Because I started in finance, didn't have the GPA after like a semester and a half. I got a C in Intro to Hinduism. That's like I wasn't a good student.
Damn.
It just kept dropping, so I went finance, like ad PR, something marketing, which was like a 3.0.
You were so low. You were like, I'm gonna eat a hot dog right now.
Yeah. I was a couple seconds away from being like a communications major.
Dude,
Sorry.
I love hot dogs.
Me
It's
too.
really bad.
Yeah. That's the only like pork thing that I'll eat. The
Same.
best.
I didn't know till like 2 years ago what was in them.
I don't think anyone knows.
It's like
It's
they're
just like-
assholes.
yeah,
and
it's like
shit.
lips and
Yeah, but
No, guys, I don't
butthole.
want to rehear it. I made
it
myself
doesn't matter
forget.
if it's their assholes. It tastes good.
That's true. I guess people eat human assholes.
Yeah, for fun. We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not digesting them.
No.
You don't know.
Yeah, we don't judge here.
It's very Dahmer-esque.
One time I was eating chicken gizzards.
Oh my god.
What is that?
Okay,
It's this
Chicken
bit?
neck, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like
But-
fried.
We were like eating them, and my friend was like, "Oh, these are chicken assholes."
She like
That's
thought
what she said.
she was like giggling and she was like, "You guys don't know what you're eating right now." And we're like, "We're eating chicken gizzards." And she's like, "Yeah, it's chicken assholes." And we're like, "What?"
And then I was on acid, so I looked at it, and I was, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's so many chickens! Like that's so many assholes!"
Mhm.
And I was freaking
Does it taste
out.
good?
It did to
Would
me.
they fry
at
it or what do
least.
they do with it?
They were fried.
It's like a southern delicacy.
What are sweetbreads? I've heard of that, but
I
I
actually don't know.
Sweet
What is that?
bread.
Intestines?
feel like it's like
Justin's name.
gallbladder or some
Justin's
shit.
checked out. Oh my god!
No.
What
Where's-
are what are
Don't be
sweet
mad at
breads?
us.
Yeah,
Sweet what?
sweetbreads.
Was he asleep?
Yeah,
No.
he was.
He was
The owner.
Yeah, he was
He-
looking at porn.
guys. He was replying to a very important message.
Sweetbreads. Organ meat with a smooth texture. Yeah.
Ooh,
Pancreas.
yum.
No.
I've never tried it.
I always see it on like cooking shows where they're doing gourmet shit. Sweetbreads. This is
You like
the
cooking
thing.
shows?
I do, but what sucks, like I watch a lot of Hell's Kitchen. I've never eaten like a beef Wellington. or
I
something.
have.
They have like 3 things in there. I can't imagine this food is hard to make.
True.
Well, it's yeah.
At Beef Wellington, I think it's hard, but I don't know anything about cooking.
It's just pastry wrapped around.
But
beef.
you gotta
But
like
you
make
have-
the meat good. It can't be too dry on the inside. Then you gotta like make the little mushroom thing and wrap it and score it and make sure it doesn't get overcooked. Like that shit's hard.
It has to be
dude.
like the perfect temperature.
yeah.
How often do you guys get like a non-vegetarian dish where you have to send it back?
Me,
Yeah.
not usually. I've had to send back chicken like 3 months ago.
Oh, damn.
Where?
I was eating with my parents, and they were like, it was like a rush or whatever, and they just kept bringing me the wrong thing, and then they finally brought me the chicken, and it was undercooked, and
So
I
you
was
just got like,
like
assholes, lips, and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yup.
Gizzards.
and then I was like, you know what? I don't need it, you know?
Right.
I'll
I'll
send back a
just-
steak if it's too cooked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Like I want it raw.
Oh, you like it rare.
Not yeah, like rare. Yeah. I also like raw, like steak tartare and like carpaccio and stuff.
Oh
I'm a
my
carnivore.
God, Grace.
No, but for real though, I do fuck with some raw meat, dude. Fuck the haters. It's good, all right? Yeah.
Why do people hate rare steak but like sushi?
Because they're pussies. I don't know.
Sushi, that's raw, right? They don't
That's
cook it.
completely raw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sushi's
But they're like,
completely
no,
raw.
my steak is a little pink in it. I need a chainsaw to cut through it. Like what?
I think it's just because it's red meat.
Mhm.
I think that's why.
I feel like there should be like a context setting.
There absolutely should be.
I'm vegetarian if I don't know if you need to cut that into the start of this section.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people are gonna be like,
They
"Is this
should
guy an
remember.
Yeah,
He's a
they should
vegetarian.
remember.
Yeah, you're a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, is there any like meat thing that you look at and you're
Yes,
like, yeah,
there's
okay,
one
what is
thing I
it?
consider cheating on vegetarianism with all the time is chicken wings.
And you eat it? No, but you want to.
I always want to.
Yeah.
I get like the tofu ones sometimes. I think it's the hot sauce that does it.
Yeah.
But then when I see people eating bone-in chicken wings, I think it's like the texture. Like I can see their teeth clicking against that bone, and it looks fucking delicious. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
that looks really good. That's really the only thing. Sometimes when I get like real hungry late at night, and my options are like pizza, and I see people with a hot dog, that also looks very good.
No burgers?
No, because I still remember I had like a McDonald's.
Well, that doesn't count.
A burger.
That's terrible. That's probably
Well-
actually vegetarian.
I tried it.
Yeah.
And I've tried like Beyond Meat, and they say that's close, and I just don't like the taste.
You ever fuck with a Boca burger?
I've had those. I hate
They're
those.
terrible.
Yeah,
What's that?
It's like beans.
it's like bean, like just the most dehydrated bean.
Yeah.
It never comes back to.
I don't know why it's named after a place in Florida. Maybe because everyone there is like dehydrated and disgusting and old. Because like old people love Florida
just
and like
leathery.
hate sunscreen. Yeah. Thank you for
Oh,
laughing.
Overseas McDonald's veggie burgers are incredible. They don't even have them in America. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
yeah, I believe that.
I've always wanted to try McDonald's in a different country.
It's so much
good.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What country are you referring to?
Anywhere in the Middle East and India,
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's is good.
Cool.
Yeah. Next photo. Let's see.
Oh.
Okay, zoom in.
Here we go.
Oh, I love this one. Go up. Every time someone posts a picture or video of themselves doing yoga on a social media network, a single tear rolls down the cheek of a very old Indian man. Dude is crying. Like, this is not why I invented this sport.
Oh boy.
This one's pretty funny. I like those.
Yes. I think I remember cutting this out of my set because I didn't grow up watching a lot of American comedy. So a lot of the comedy I watched happened after I kind of started doing it. And Chappelle has a similar joke on Killing Me Softly, which I hadn't seen before, where he goes, there's just like one tear rolling down the cheek of a Native American. So I like cut it because I was like, fuck, I feel like I stole it.
Right.
But yeah, I just hate the entire idea of what yoga has become.
Dude, it's become insane.
There's
Goat
no
yoga,
Indian people.
Beer yoga.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've heard of this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
Wait, what do the goats do?
They cuddle you while you do yoga.
they like climb on your back.
Yeah.
And
Guys, I don't know. That
See,
kind of sounds
yeah.
cool.
they don't help you become at one with yourself in any way.
Yeah.
They're incredibly unclean animals. Like they eat plastic. Like goats will eat all kinds of
Oh,
shit.
then why don't all the goats eat the plastic in the world?
I mean, in
Come
India,
on, guys.
that's kind of what we do. Like goats and cows and shit will go out into the street and just forage and eat kind of whatever.
Is that why there are microplastics in our body?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, wow.
That, our
Everything's
water.
coming together now, guys. This is insane.
This is
Yeah.
a science podcast now.
I try to grow my own food in the summer. I got a little raised bed in Arkansas, but it's like you don't make enough food, is what it is.
Yeah. Like you make one tomato.
You get enough for like a couple jars of like sauce, but it's so much. It's the best sauce you've ever had, but it's a lot
Really?
of work. Yeah.
Because I have like this granola ass family that lives in New Mexico
Yeah.
and they grow their own food and it fucking sucks every time I eat it.
What are they cooking with?
I
it?
just, they grow it all tomatoes, zucchini, whatever the fuck. And then maybe they just suck at cooking, but every time I eat it, I'm like, this shit blows. Like, y'all really spent months growing this and it sucks.
Yeah.
But they're just like so like hippie-ish. Like a salad to them is just like lettuce and radishes and cherry tomatoes and like no dressing.
Damn.
Oh,
That does
Yeah,
sound
I
bad.
know. I actually
Yeah.
cry every time I go to their house and I have to like hoard Cheez-Its because I'm afraid like I'm going to starve to death with this selection.
oh my God, great.
I don't like going to like a snackless house. It's
I
it's
know,
bad.
dude. Ingredient households. I grew
Yeah.
up in one.
So my
Yeah.
fiance will like she's trying to like get us on like this health kick. Like all her snacks are very healthy. They're like low carb or whatever the thing is. And I'm always like, where's the thing that gives me diabetes? Like, that's the one that I want.
You need to get some cheese pizza rolls.
The Totino's ones?
Yeah.
Yeah. The nice thing about New York is like you could literally just go downstairs. Every block there's like some kind of, even the worst pizza there is, I don't know if this is controversial or not, but that Ropolo's place, is that what it's called? Someone told me it was great pizza.
Who?
It's not good.
I went there and paid him $7.
Okay.
Stiffest slice I've ever eaten. Just I don't know if I got it wrong.
No, it's bad.
No.
Always.
Guys, I don't know who started that rumor that Ropolo's, that's
Whatever.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's good. No. One time someone was like, get there when they first open. That doesn't matter. It sucks. You end up there. You don't go there because you want to. You go there because you're so drunk. You need a slice of pizza from there. Please stop saying it's good.
Here's the thing. Ropolo's, whatever, is not good. They meant to say it is the pizza place next to the comedy places. They didn't mean to say it's good. It's just right next to Mothership.
I had a weird moment because when we went in there was some like a group of like vloggers from Australia or something, and some guy comes in. He's filming everything. He's got like a thing that's mounted on his chest, and he goes, "This is where the comedians eat." And I've seen people do that at Ben's Pizzeria, which is down the street from Comedy Cellar, because Louis C.K. had that showcased on his show. That makes sense to me. They make good pizza. It's the Cellar. Your like proximity to the Mothership doesn't make you a good pizza spot, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
like the pizza place was there before.
Yeah.
It was bad.
And we all hated it.
Yeah. Is Prince Street Pizza good?
It is.
Okay, that's like the one place I hear about.
Prince Street Pizza is good. Artichokes is good, but it's just a lot. It's very rich.
That's what I had last
It's
time.
like eating a fucking whole, like 2 lasagnas at once.
Oh
The slice is this thick.
God.
It's mostly sauce.
Don't say that I ate a whole piece.
It is though. It's like a very rich slice. It's just butter.
It's not
Ben's
looking
is
good. You're not
good.
beating the allegations.
Wow.
You're not beating the pizza allegations.
True.
Can't believe people just get on there and like call you guys like names.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
women.
I mean, they call me names too, but it's never the
You're
same.
a man.
Yeah, I get like more like xenophobia versus like fat shaming.
Yeah.
We're like,
Is
go
that like
back to
hating
your-
a country?
Yeah, they're like, go back to whatever.
You're like,
They're like, we don't even know
I
what country you're
wish.
from.
Yeah. You're like, I want
Go
to.
east.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright,
We are
what's-
women. That sucks.
That's awful.
Yeah. Next.
I love this movie.
Oh, so you stand by this?
I still own it.
You
I
said
watch
this
it.
was the best purchase I made on
It
Black
was.
Friday. Had to push past the people fighting over Wheeze
This was.
for a copy of Silver Linings Playbook
It's an Oscar-nominated, Oscar-winning
on
movie.
Blu-ray.
It was great. I still watch it like once or twice a year.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Sometimes the Wi-Fi goes down. I have this. I have a copy of The Truman Show. I have Blood Diamond. I
You
have,
cried
like,
at this movie?
No.
Is this a cry movie?
No.
Okay.
But I just thought they were both so... This was, I think, their best acting performance, like for both of them.
It was good. They both
De
acted
Niro's great
so
in it.
crazy.
I mean,
They
yeah.
both have bipolar, borderline personality.
they have everything.
Nice.
They've got a mix of stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone in this movie is great. Julia Stiles pops in. She's all
I
like
hate
so
her
solid.
face.
Oh my god.
It's bad. It's
if
like
you-
go back to The Omen, bitch.
Is she in The Omen?
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
she was the mom.
She had a series. It was short-lived, but it was called Blue. It's great. You should watch it. I think she like moonlights as a prostitute. Her family doesn't know. It's good. You should watch it.
No,
Maybe you'll like her after.
I'm not watching shit with Julia Stiles. Julia Stiles is the one with the stank face, right?
I'm really
Yeah, that's her.
I'm really
Is that a
surprised
stank
you
face?
have not watched that
I've
movie.
seen like pieces of that movie. Also, yeah, she was in Dexter and played literally the most annoying character ever. All my Dexter fans, where you at? You saw it, Lumen? Yeah, you need to
She
dive.
seems
it.
so. I feel like I'd be friends with her in real life.
You wouldn't. She'd be xenophobic. Look at her, Julia Stiles, huge xenophobe. Yeah, never seen Silver Lining. Yeah, girl, what's going on?
You kind of look like her on the
What
like
the fuck?
not Julia Stiles. Go back to the cover of Silver Linings.
Oh.
You see what I mean? Jennifer Lawrence in that movie. There you
Well, let me do her
Lawrence.
face.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
got,
that's
like,
a fucking compliment, dude. Everyone's trying to bang her, so
Yeah.
thank you. I thought you called me Julia Stiles for a second. I was gonna say,
By the way,
let's
it
pull
did
out
get
the
called
xenophobic comments.
It got called the best picture of the year. No attribution
But
to the
did it
quote.
win though? Yeah.
I think it did win best picture that year at the Oscars.
Grace, you need to watch this movie.
All right,
David
It's
Russell did a good
literally,
job with it.
it's literally you.
I am not bipolar.
I know, but you'll see what I mean.
All right. So
Wait, you've never seen it?
no, but I've seen
So
parts
good.
of it where she's acting crazy and wearing a trash bag or something.
He's wearing a trash bag.
Same thing. The heroin and the herpes comments will continue because you related me to some mentally ill person in a movie about mentally ill people.
It's a love story, first of all.
All right. Next.
Partly.
Oof.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
I meant the attitude.
My dentist said man and bro too many times, so this may seem early, but I'm taking no chances with the surfer surgeon involved.
Yeah.
Is this your real
It's
will?
it's still yeah.
Wow.
I had this. So I didn't have family living in the country at the time. I was getting wisdom tooth surgery, so I was having all 4 out. So now I'm going under. At the time, I had some savings in the bank and a car. I was like, I should figure out a way to not lose all of this if I end up dying. So I literally drew this up at work as a joke, and then actually had my coworkers, like 2 of them, witness it. And so yeah, I still have a copy of this will.
So who's getting what?
Basically, the way it's written, everything gets sent back to my family in the most tax efficient manner. That's how I asked for the distribution to be made. So like any person within my immediate family, my mom, dad, or sister, can receive it depending on whatever the best taxable way is to do that.
Oh, so you're like smart.
I would assume it would go to my mom, because my sister has an income, so it would add to that. My dad is retired, but he like trades stock, so that would also add to his income. But my mom is like a stay-at-home mom, so technically, if I gave it to her, she'd have all of that tax-free potentially.
All of the $200.
That's all the comedy
Yeah.
money. So many drink tickets.
Yeah. Oh my God. She gets so many drink tickets.
She's gonna
Hey,
live
Ma,
it
if you ever want to
up.
drink for free in New York,
Yeah.
here you go.
When they give you a meal ticket, but they only serve meat, she can get that too.
yeah. Yeah, that's the worst.
Did you like surgery?
Did I like it?
Yeah.
Um,
Did you wake up and like go crazy and say funny
yeah,
stuff?
like briefly. I had trouble walking
What?
when I got like right out of there. Yeah, for a couple seconds.
Oh, okay.
The recovery was awful.
True.
People overseas don't get their wisdom teeth out unless there's a problem.
Oh,
Like everyone in America does it.
That's true. I definitely got mine pulled all at the same time. I woke up during surgery.
Yeah,
It was
What?
they had trouble getting me under.
I've never told you this.
New lore just dropped. What the fuck?
I've never told you that.
No.
So I wake up. When do you smoke weed?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
weed like oh, okay. Well, weed like interacts with anesthesia. So when I didn't tell them like, oh, I smoke all the time.
Yeah.
So, and they didn't ask either. So they put me under and I wake up and the nurse said that I grabbed her hand and I was like, what are you doing to me? And then she was like, we're taking out your teeth, remember? And I was like, oh, okay. And I just like went back to sleep, but they gave me more. But all I remember on my end was like a black hole with like, or like a white hole,
Like the light from the.
I guess from the
That's
thing.
terrifying.
Well, I have heard that a certain group of people needs more anesthesia. Natural redheads,
Redheads,
of
yeah.
course.
I take a little more than normal. My dentist told me that, but I don't think it's as much as what redheads would need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. That's crazy though.
Yeah, I know. I think it's because they have no soul, so
Yeah.
they need extra to like put them down. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say I will for a will when I die. I'm doing a video will, right?
Okay.
And I'm gonna say all of my money goes to whoever I loved the most, and let them all fight over it,
That's that's kind of a genius.
Knives Out style.
But really,
Yeah.
she gave
Side
it to
note,
me.
you should also make yourself a living will. It's kind of a useful thing.
What is that?
This is if you die. A living will is where your body's still alive, but you're a vegetable. So like, what do you want? Do you want to be resuscitated? What happens to the money? I've basically said like, give it a week. If I'm not back, call it a day. I'm not paying the fucking
Yeah, somebody else will pay
health
for
insurance
you.
company.
One week.
I'm not bankrupting my estate over that.
Dude, people wake up after 8 days all the time.
Yeah,
You're giving yourself 1 week to live.
Yeah.
I believe in myself. I would
Yeah, me
say
too.
6 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like 6 weeks, all your money's gone now.
You just don't pay the medical bill
Yeah.
like a true American.
Is
Yes. Yeah.
an option?
Of course.
They supposedly go away after like 5 years. Or
and
something.
apparently
7,
they
yeah.
can't affect your credit.
After 5 years, they'll
Yeah.
go away or
A
something.
buddy of
like
mine
that.
said there's no minimum, so he pays like $1 towards his thing, so there's no credit hit, and then after 7 years it drops. But I don't know how much
Maybe it's 7. I don't
truth
know.
there is to that.
Yeah, I mean, we just play it as we go along, right? Whatever goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Next.
If you guys have health insurance, you're doing well though.
I do.
don't.
Oh my god.
That's you?
Yeah.
Whoa. Zoom
Yeah.
in on the text.
This is just all kinds of
I
bullshit.
don't know where all the hair went, God.
Yeah.
God.
It's just like
Why was this my beard choice? Still got a stamp from the club last night. Faded Live Strong wristband.
You know what Live Strong is?
Yeah, I remember
The-
that.
the
Way too
ones
long
on-
jeans. I think they're perfect. The ones you have on now, maybe a little short.
Yeah, I shrank them. Well, what happened is I got fat, and so sometimes I'm like, if I'm just coming off the road and then going right out again, I'll just send my laundry out. It's not that expensive in New York somehow. I sent it out. The guy shrank all of my shit. And when I was like, what the fuck? He was like, did you separate it? I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, we all have to do our part. That's literally what he said to me.
What does that even mean?
I
We
was
all
like,
have to do our part.
I was like, my part was giving you the money. Your part was to launder the clothes without changing their size. So then we found like a different guy, and he also, we haven't had much luck with
Yeah.
laundry guys in New York.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's fucked. My dad shrunk my clothes.
it's crazy.
Never forget.
Some dads shrink the kids. I'm sorry, that's
Whoa.
terrible.
My clothes also shrank. That's what I keep telling myself. So
Yeah,
Why do you look photoshopped into the stairs?
I look like my body was photoshopped onto someone else's legs. Does that make sense?
that's true.
Like I don't have an abdomen in this photograph. It's just
Yeah.
a torso on some legs.
Yeah.
Where
you
were
look
you?
very intense.
This was at Penn State. Long story short, me and 5, 6 of my buddies decided to start this like party throwing events company because we
Do you
couldn't
get bitches?
well we couldn't get into clubs. Frats and sororities were basically kind of like racist. There's a grand total of maybe 1,000 black people at Penn State and maybe 40 international students who are Indian. So you're talking about a student strength at any given time of 50,000 people, and about 1,600 of them are not American. So you can't get in anywhere.
Really?
I wasn't going to pledge. A, because the dues, and B, because of like haze. It is such a weird concept
That's
to me.
back when they would fuck you in the ass too.
I don't think that's changed.
What?
Every year I hear about some kid dying
yeah.
from drinking too much or being forced to
Yeah.
elephant walk.
What
Like,
is that?
that's when like they get all the pledges in like a circle, and they each hold the guy in front of them's dick.
What?
Yeah, dude. They'll like
There's all
rape
kinds of
you
nasty
to be
shit.
in, like, yeah.
There's racism. Every year you see a viral video, some dickhead, either dressed poorly for Halloween or like making a terrible decision after a day full of drinking. And these people go on to become presidents. So
True.
George
Good
Bush,
job.
the what is it? The
yeah,
something Bones Society.
Skull and Bones. A bunch
Yeah.
of them are Skull and Bones.
I heard he jerked off into a casket.
Oh my god.
You know what's weird about that? It was his
What?
mom's.
Yeah, but there was something he jerked off where his dad jerked off. There was a jerk off family situation with like a casket or something. Yeah,
I haven't heard about this.
yeah. It's for
Yeah.
it's what mentally ill people search at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I mean, am I right? Yeah.
Wednesdays were the only days you could go get into the club. It was like under 21 night.
Mm-hmm.
As a international student, if you were busted for having alcohol, the consequences aren't just like slap on the wrist or career change. Like you could potentially have trouble renewing your visa to get back into the U.S. I don't think that really happens that much, but at the time, I was just like, I'm not taking that risk. So we tried to do these. We made like 60 grand in like a year.
Whoa.
We just charged kids $5 at the door, no alcohol. Friday, Saturday nights, we'd rent out like space on campus.
So this was like your sketchy, like the party guy photo.
I was like the accountant for this group. I was also the treasurer for the NAACP for like a year.
Whoa.
They just had trouble for like, they had some kind of money issue. And I was like, all right, I'll help you guys out. So it was fun.
So you're just a nerd.
I like doing like business stuff.
Yeah.
I always have.
Yeah. Motivational speaking, business.
I guess that's nerdy.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Teach their own, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go to the
right.
next one.
Oh, I feel like it's going to get worse and worse.
Let's face it, women who claim they want a gentleman are full of crap because the last time I checked, all the girls wanted to marry Iron Man first and Butler Jeeves second.
So bad.
This is like probably my favorite.
This is the worst thing I've ever thought of.
Yeah.
2010, I'd have been 19.
Honestly, first sentence going on hard.
Yes.
Let's face it,
Let's
women who
face
claim
it.
they want a gentleman are full of crap. I mean, that is the start of great sentences
This
always.
is
True.
Something Andrew Tate would write.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
You
How do
were-
you feel about Andrew Tate?
I hate that he looks like me.
You walked
Yeah.
so he could run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is more of like a hard stumble. Andrew Tate, not a fan.
Oh no.
He's
I
got
was
like
here.
a dubious criminal past.
Yeah, sex trafficking.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if, I mean, I know that's what he's convicted of.
But
or
all of his
whatever,
fans
jailed
are
for.
like, that was a setup. I'm like, how do you set that up?
It was a psyop by the Romanian government.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really going after random shit for no reason.
Yeah. That's what we know about Romania.
I just think like a lot of those dudes have never left their city, much less their state, much less the country. And that's, you need that. Like you have to go to other places where Andrew Tate is not known and people look at you weird if you like all these, like I've seen these guys come to India, like they think they're super tough and then they get humbled like very quickly.
Andrew Tate would get humbled in India.
If you act like a dickhead, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I would
like
pay to see
society's
that.
not this, like, you know, like you can get away with a lot of stuff in America. Like, you know, the guy that has the change my mind table or those dudes that preach on campus. Like Indian law is somewhat vigilante at times.
Really?
You just get beat up in the street for being a dickhead. Yeah.
What?
People don't
I love
tolerate, like by the Constitution, and this it's why it's also problematic for comedians. You can be jailed for quote unquote hurting religious sentiments, and that's a very wide ranging definition. So like comics have gone to jail. We've had our sort of Carl and Lenny Bruce moment in the last 3 years. But it's not uncommon to find people getting their ass kicked for saying the wrong thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's comedy in India like?
So if they called us fat, would
they go to
like,
jail.
would they
They
get
wouldn't go to
beat up?
jail. Actually, no, probably nothing would happen.
They would probably be like, actually, you're
But
right.
if you call a guy's mother fat, that's fighting words.
Okay.
What if I'm his
So-
girlfriend?
Yeah, probably still.
Let's
Probably
go.
wife, right?
Yeah, if you insult the women that they're close to in their life. Yeah. There was a
Ooh.
case of a serial killer. It's on Netflix. The serial killer that like he killed a bunch of women. They took him to trial, and all the women in that community basically stormed in there and hung this guy. Like they were not waiting for the courts to decide. They beat him up and hung him like in the court.
That's girlhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's giving I'm just a girl
Yeah.
for the Gen Zers out there.
I forget the name of it, but it's on Netflix. It's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah. We should watch that
Yeah.
later.
I feel like
Okay.
this like started out nice and now I'm just like I hate
Who's-
myself.
Butler Jeeves.
He was like Google.
Jeeves is a character in a series of novels by I think P.G.
Oh.
Wodehouse.
But y'all
Okay.
remember, I thought you were referencing Ask Jeeves.
Well, it's named for him
Yeah.
because he was this butler like that was like just the best butler in the world. There's like 20 novels about him.
Oh, that's a lot. All right, let's see.
He isn't real. He's a fictional character, but there's a
Okay.
lot of novels. Yeah. All right. Oh boy.
Oh, my
there we
god.
go.
You look like Mario in this photo.
I'm still friends with this guy too.
Oh, this
Raj
is not.
with the comment, I am retarded face. Trying to be Borat. LOL, just kidding. No need to get violent and post shit against me. ... Whoa.
Yeah. We
What?
used to go to school together, me and Vishal. He lives in LA now. And so actually I went to a boarding school. It's not as like what you think it's not like fancy, I guess. It's still a very privileged thing to be able to do, but it wasn't fun at all. We were like
Not at all?
fights all the fucking time. I basically lived with a bunch of hooligans. Like they all got expelled from their last school at the same time, and they just like came because our school was newer. It was like 3 years old, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, just get anyone in here that'll pay money." So to
Damn.
live there,
Where
I hated
was
being
it?
on camera. I hated taking pictures. I made that face for like a solid 2 years, in like every photograph.
Yeah, taken at 9:25 a.m. Going hard
But
in the
it's
morning.
dark.
Yeah, I don't know why.
How often do you set the timer in the camera?
That's what I was thinking too. He probably just left
Yeah,
the
right,
default time on.
guys. Come on, give me something.
He doesn't have the date either. It just says 20.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, next photo.
Oh boy.
Drink it in, ladies.
Uh,
Let's
Remem-
get a zoom in there.
remember when I told you about the first guy I ever messaged in America? This was at his place on the last night before I left college to go to my new job in Dallas. And the flight got canceled, so I end up staying because there was a blizzard and we just got hammered. And then I end up I think passing out on his floor, and he thought it'd be good to take that photo. I miss my hair.
What happened?
No.
Just I mean, you can kind of tell even there the corners are going. It starts to like, it's like a virus. It just like
Oh,
eats
so you
in.
shave your head?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
old were you?
It was 25, I think. By the time it was like when I shaved my head, 25.
At 18 was it starting?
It was like well underway by the time I was like 19, 20.
Dude, I knew a guy straight up bald at 18.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Chappelle was like that. Kobe was like that. I don't know. Maybe they shaved their heads, but I just miss it because like for years, I never knew how painful it is to have fresh snow land on your head.
What?
Oh my
You have no
God.
protection. It's like a little.
It hurts?
It's like a tiny icicle every time.
I never thought about that.
Stop. When it snows, we need to be thinking about our bald brothers.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
What pain they're going through. You a fan of beanies then in New York?
Yeah, but then your beanie gets wet. You have no insulation. Your head
You
is
could wear
just.
like a swim cap.
I've gotten used to it over the years, but like the first time I shaved my head, it's just cold for like a week straight. 'Cause you have
Oh my
nothing.
God.
Like
But does it feel good to shave it off?
your hair.
Yeah, because like I'm a hairstylist and people are always like, the best feeling is shaving your head.
I mean, I grew up in a hot climate, so I would always buzz cut it, and I always loved that. But there's times in my life where I'm like, man, like maybe I'd have had more luck with the ladies if I had hair after the age of 25. And then at the same time, I'm also like, I kind of like it.
Well, you're engaged, so we don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying back then, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm still ambivalent. I think if you're a guy or a girl that's on the fence about doing it, just fucking do it. It's very liberating.
What do you think about all the influencers going to Turkey to get hair transplants?
I'm more power to them.
Would you do it?
I just think it's so painful. Like if they had something where it was like you just take a pill and it all comes back, or like a whatever, fine.
Morphine?
If it was like a single, like a one dose
Yeah.
kind of deal. But right now it's like you have to like get it pulled out of the back and sides, implant it in here, and then you have to like take care of it for like I think 6 weeks or 2-3 months.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys get it done when it looks bad or when it's not done like high quality.
It looks absolutely disgusting.
It just looks like some pubes,
Dude,
man.
it's
Yeah.
actually
A
really
pube
disgusting.
forest.
When you see them like a couple weeks after surgery, they have all these thick red circles up here with little hairs coming out. And it's like a what is that?
Trypophobia.
Ugh, nasty. It's
Do
like,
people like that come to your establishment? They're like, hey, can you cut this, but be gentle?
What do you mean be gentle? Like,
Where they're like, I just had surgery, I need it styled, but like help
Yeah.
me comb it over.
Yeah, I get people with lots of scabs, incisions.
Yeah.
It's
Ugh.
I don't want to say disgusting.
What do you
but
do with the comb over?
I don't do men's hair.
Okay. you just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too sad, you know. Men will come in with like 3 hairs on their head and be like, save me. And it's like, absolutely not. You know what I mean? There's no saving.
I convinced a guy once to shave his head. I think he hated it. During the process, it was me and another dude were both bald. We're like, listen, like you just got to do this. But now he keeps it that way. Mostly because it didn't come back after that. It just-
Whoa.
Really?
when
You made
have,
him cut
when you
his
have like
last
the long,
ones?
you know, you got the strands. If you get rid of those, it never. That half stage is the worst looking thing. Because like I tried to grow it back after the first time I shaved my head. It just looked so fucking. I felt pity for myself. I was like, fuck it. I just started shaving my head.
Oh my
after that.
God, you were crying in the mirror?
No, it's like I cringed harder than the last post that you put on.
Whoa.
Oh,
It was just
no.
like it doesn't look right.
That's actually sad because my goal is to make you cringe harder than your hair loss journey.
myself.
So I feel like I've failed here.
If you've ever
Yeah.
seen a Barbie doll where someone's like ripped out half the hair,
course.
that's what it
Oh my god.
looks like when a guy tries to grow back that like little shroud.
Yeah.
Grace is like, that's what all my Barbies looked like.
Yeah, literally. All of them. I ripped them all out and made them scissor.
Oh my god.
There's a large
can't
community
tell
of
if you're
people
kidding
who
or
did
not.
the same. So
All right.
next.
Next photo.
I
What did I
can't keep
do?
myself from messing with freshmen when they wander right into it.
Oh,
Buy
yeah.
yourself a Brita filter. Let's zoom in on that conversation. This guy said, bro, I have a question to ask. And you said, I don't know the cure to mono, dude. Kidding. Shoot, LOL. What's mono, by the way?
They
And
don't
then
have it
he-
in India.
He said, what is it? And you said, it's this thing like chicken pox. You get it from drinking bad water. Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you don't have that in India?
it's not
mono?
common there. Like we have AIDS or nothing.
Oh my god.
I'm not even joking. Like
Oh.
when people say
Clip it.
when people say herpes, like everyone has herpes, they mean America. I've
Really?
never met an Indian with herpes before. I'm sure they have it, but it's not rampant.
AIDS or nothing?
Yeah, like I'd never heard of anyone having
Chlamydia.
chlamydia. You hear of like the ancient diseases, right? Syphilis, the big dog, AIDS,
Right.
or really like even pregnancy out of wedlock, like is kind of uncommon.
Really? There's no like 16 and pregnant India?
Oh, there are, but you know, it's a relatively monogamous culture.
So they get married.
People get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do people get AIDS before or after marriage?
I would wager a lot of the time it's women are getting it from men that have had sex before, probably with prostitutes or whoever else that has AIDS, not
Men.
disclosing it, and then passing it on. Now things have like changed radically. Like Tinder's out there, people are doing things before marriage. I think all these things will end up over there. But yeah, so this kid,
Influencers will bring it to India.
Oh, yeah.
They'll bring herpes and chlamydia.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. They'll come there to do like a yoga teacher training and fuck us all up.
The goat yoga, give everyone chlamydia.
So I remember this conversation. So he had a question, and then so finally, I didn't post the rest of it. He called me. I'll go over to his dorm room, and he has this like weird pus oozing out of this gigantic like infection or cyst or some shit. And I literally had to like speak to his mom because she was so worried. And I was like, I'll make sure he goes to the hospital. It just looks like some kind of. Long story short, this guy hadn't like cleaned or washed his clothes since he had landed and
Oh
had been
my.
wearing the same nasty shit for a while. And so that's
how long?
I think like must have been like a month. You
And
gotta
so
do
he got
laundry
like
weekly.
a sore on himself?
I think like a bed sore and
what
just got
happened?
infected.
Oh.
Don't tell me he had to get his leg amputated.
No, he's totally fine.
Okay, that's my worst fear.
He's totally good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
is.
yeah, so I posted buy yourself a Brita filter. And I think he did.
He's like, my leg is infected, but I'm gonna go buy a Brita filter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
I went to high school with him too. Drake was a disappointment.
Topical.
I feel like it stood the test of time.
It was
He
him
was at this. I
wooing-
remember this concert. So Drake wasn't as big. We were front row at Penn State for this. We got there like an hour early because this was when the So Far Gone mixtape I think was out. It was like pre-album. He was still with Young Money, Cash Money Records. OVO I don't think was a thing or a big thing. And we expected him to play like bangers, and he'd had an Usher concert. Have you seen that clip where he's like wandering around pretending to shoot guns?
Yeah,
It was that era.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da.
With the fire. Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Are you a Drake fan?
No. I
You're
like
a
some of
Kendrick-
his music, but I'm not a Drake fan.
But are you a Kendrick fan?
No. I like Kendrick clearly won that.
I disagree.
But like I really like J. Cole. I like Lupe Fiasco a lot. Like
oh my
those are
god,
the
what is
rappers.
this? Literally 2010? Lupe Fiasco?
He's fantastic.
Still making music? Question mark?
Yes.
think he is.
I was listening to a Lupe song as I walked in today. He's great. I don't know why you guys are booing him.
Ick.
I'm not.
It's giving the ick.
yeah.
What's the song by him?
But
Turn up the light. No, who is that?
that's All the Lights by Kanye West.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the song by Lupe Fiasco? He was on that
Touch
song.
the Sky with
Yeah.
Kanye West. He only had a verse on it.
Yeah, but that's the one everyone knows him for.
The whole Food and Liquor album is incredible. Streets on Fire, Lil Weapon, Hello Goodbye, Daydream with Jill Scott. There's so much good Lupe music.
Lupe Fiasco
So good.
gets no bitches. Okay.
Well,
Come
he's a
on now.
practicing Muslim, so I don't
I
think.
meant you.
Well, like you said, I'm engaged, so it's all good.
Yeah, okay.
All
Yeah, so
right.
he was wooing women all night long,
Yeah.
just like singing to them. He would kiss his fans back in the day.
He got one of our friends' number. Like the security guy got her number. She went and hung out with him that night.
16 years old.
At a club. Yeah, she was 17 or 18.
Ah,
I don't know how old Drake is. He might have been 20 something himself. But my roommate at the time, we were hanging out with her like a day or two later. He stole her phone and like called or texted Drake and was basically like, "Don't call this number back."
Drake
Oh
said
my
that.
God.
He called him and he said that.
Did they hook up?
I think she just met him at the club. I don't know if anything happened.
He's
This-
37.
Huh?
He's 37.
Okay, so he was 23 then.
Yeah, and we would have been 20.
Okay. I was hoping for a scandalous like 16, 17-year-old
Yeah.
story. I mean,
Well, you know.
come on, guys.
He's already been like texting Millie Bobby Brown about boys.
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to stretch really quick.
Okay.
Justin, don't be mad at me.
It's the heroin tightness.
I know.
It hurt.
All right, let's go to the next one.
That's the most Indian thing to post.
Freshmen these days, all they want is a
relationship.
relationship. How about you get a job?
I had a job. Like my first
Did
week
you
on
have a
campus.
relationship?
No. I think that's
Damn.
why I was like, get a
You were a
job.
little bitter.
There was definitely some incel years in there for
Ooh.
sure.
I must have missed those.
Well, I don't think it was incel years, but it was like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
those guys that are just like, I was like trying to be tougher than I was.
Yeah, because like you were like,
'Cause
I
there's
want girls
nothing
to like
else.
me, but they won't.
Yeah, pretty
So
much.
an incel.
Yeah, and I don't really know, like the frat thing, I think the first couple years of college and even after that really bothered me.
I mean, I get it.
Like they're
It's
the worst
terrible.
people
They are
on
the
earth
worst.
and
Yeah.
they seem to enjoy life very much and I don't
Yeah.
feel like they deserve that.
It's because of all the ass fucking and hazing they went through. That's why they get to enjoy life.
I guess if you're just like willing to be morally flexible, anything is possible.
I think that's actually the slogan for life.
Yeah.
Be morally flexible.
And anything is possible.
True.
Yeah.
Being delusional.
Yeah, jeez. I'd still stand by this. Like, go get a job. You need money.
Where did you work during college?
I had a job proofreading like papers for the law school. There's like a professor there. I got myself fired very early on because her office was on the other ass end of campus. And I got there in like September. I started the job like a month later and it's like snowy, cold. I hadn't bought a coat. And so for like 2 weeks, I was like, I'm just going to do this from my computer right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like remote working before it was a thing. And then like I called her at the end of 2 weeks and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to fire you. And then for my next job, I didn't have any references. So I listed her And she like was like, don't hire this guy.
Oh,
Luckily, it was a job with like the campus auxiliary police. It was the best paying job on campus. It was $9. You have to dress as a cop.
no. Ooh.
No weapons. They give you a radio. They're like, if you get in trouble, call us on the radio. I'm like, so how is this different from being any person on the street? They're like, you're a visual deterrent. And I was like, I'm a fucking target.
Yeah.
Like, this is the... But I did get to see Bo Burnham. Like, he was the same age I was. I was Bo Burnham's security detail, which is hilarious.
Whoa.
He's bigger than
that's
me.
cool.
It was the most ridiculous thing. Like, I sat in
Yeah.
the back of the room, and he was unbelievably good. He did, like, Art is Dead with all the same light cues and, like, super tight timing. Only, like, 200 people watched him. And it was, like, cool to see that and then see where he's at now.
And you can say I was his security guard.
I can
Yeah.
say we're the same age, and you have gone so much further than me.
It's because you helped him along the way.
True.
I kept
kept him
his
safe.
life safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You're
Let's go
welcome, Bo.
next one.
I'm in love with myself is the most BS line I've heard, usually said by single people who have recently come out of a rough relationship. I guess you were just a dumbass for the last 2 years that you dated someone else then.
And someone wrote dislike. I think this is you only had the ability to like stuff at this time on Facebook. There were no reactions and
Oh, yeah, of
there's
course.
no thumbs down. I don't even know. Were there comments on Facebook? Yeah, there were.
Yeah, you got
Obviously.
one.
There's one, yeah.
Harley Erica Badu Quinn, of course, said dislike.
I guess the truth hurts. Oh boy.
Yeah, were you in your
Damn.
incel era?
Yeah, I think college, like first year or two.
He's like, yeah.
It's weird to read this now because it's still clear that I was trying to write jokes without knowing I was ever going to do stand-up. I didn't do stand-up for at least 6 years after this or so. But there's so much bad comedy your first few years, and this is pre my first few years of comedy.
Yeah.
It's bad. This is terrible.
What was your first time on stage like?
It was an accident. I got drunk with a buddy after a tennis game and like signed myself up at an open mic. Did 13 minutes.
Oh my God.
It was a 7-minute set. I didn't know what the
Ah.
light meant, so I was like, damn, I'm crushing it. This guy's taking pictures of me. It's like
Oh my god.
absolute garbage. I have it on tape somewhere. There's probably 3 minutes that are like salvageable. There's one half decent joke, and the rest is just trash. It's rambling for 10 minutes.
Same.
Damn.
Some guy was sitting on a chair in front of me. It broke. Like the chair that he was sitting on.
Yeah.
And I didn't make fun of him, but it's clear that like the entire audience like zoomed in on that, and they were just like, "What the fuck is this dude doing?" Up
Yeah,
here?"
you can't keep going after someone
Yeah.
breaks a chair.
It's kind of
You have
hard.
to- yeah.
I think-
Someone dropped a table, or what is it? A table fell over during one of your sets once, and I was like,
When?
at Vulcan, someone was drunk and flipped over a table.
Oh, what did
Damn.
I say?
I don't know. You were also drunk.
Those are heavy tables. Man.
It was a midnight show.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can't come back after that. You just gotta leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're the star of the show now.
Mm-hmm.
I remember this like this year was kind of around. So I lived on a floor for people who are undecided majors, even though I wasn't. They just put us in supplemental housing, and it was my first time, I think, meeting an openly gay person. So they brought like this LGBTQ organization in to speak to us and be like, "This is what this is about." I still remember the guy asked the question like, "What's Joe Paterno's favorite flavor of ice cream or something?"
Ah,
Oh no.
And I was like, "Peachy Paterno, everybody knows that." And he was like, "Nope." And just the way like he sassed me, I still remember as a young dude from overseas that had never interacted with gay people, I was just like, there was an immediate upswell of like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Like now I'm getting like cucked by this dude.
you were homophobic.
Oh yeah.
probably.
Well, I wasn't homophobic. I didn't hate gay people.
You just hated that one gay guy.
I was just like, well, this is shitty. I'm trying to be
Yeah.
nice and interactive.
yeah.
Foreign student, and like here we are.
It hurts when a gay person is really sassy to you in
It
front
really
of everybody.
does.
Yes, because not only have they won the exchange, you now know that they are definitively also smarter than you.
Yeah.
It just feels so much worse.
Gay people always win the exchanges, I feel
True.
like, more often than not.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of growth since this point in time for sure.
I mean, guys, how do you win against a gay heckler?
You
It's
don't.
hard.
You just give up.
You give in.
You just say you're gay and hope they laugh.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, let's see what else we have. Megan
Oh my
Fox
God.
is single again, so y'all can probably guess what I'm gonna do next, right? That's right. I'm gonna go home and play my Xbox because she lives hundreds of miles away and I don't have her email address.
You okay?
Yeah. I hate myself.
I saw the embarrassment wash over you.
Yeah. Are you still?
I have
crushing?
a Photoshop picture somewhere on my. It's like one of my profile photos, and I photoshopped my head over Shia LaBeouf's face, and it's her. It's those two at the Transformers premiere, and that was.
Oh my god!
And I was kidding around with it, but yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Were you in love with her? Like, for real?
No, I think college was like all Emma Stone for me. Emma Stone was like my biggest crush for celebrity crush forever.
Really?
She's hilarious. And she's like great at acting. She just seemed like a cool person.
Yeah, she seems chill to hang out.
She gives me pick me vibes.
Oh my god!
What does that mean? I've heard that a lot.
It's
I've
like
been learning a lot of new words this week.
women
Yacht,
that
race.
like want male attention really bad and will put women down for it. Other women.
But isn't that exactly what guys do? We literally fight each other so a woman will pick one
There
of
are
us.
pick me men.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah. Like, pick me guy is an example of one is like, oh, I'm so ugly. That's why no girl ever wants to date me. Like, you would never take pity on a guy like me, right?
The fact that, oh my God, that's what I've seen dudes do that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's so
pick
annoying.
me is like,
If I was like, oh, I love Taylor Swift, and a guy's like, oh my god, me too.
yeah.
That's another example.
So what are people supposed to do now?
Well, no, a pick me girl would be like, I don't have women friends. Like, they're just too much drama for me. I only get along with men. Like, they want the men's attention so bad they'll put down other women for it. And men,
Okay.
it's more of a pathetic thing, you know?
Yeah.
Ah.
So I feel like you were a pick me guy.
I'm-
No,
Well, I only wanted Sarah to pick me, but yeah, I was like, that's fine. I was like, yeah, fuck these other guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
Love it. What do you think about her now that she's like weird and satanic?
I thought, is she?
Megan Fox? A little bit.
A little, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of goes to show, right? Like she was like on top of the box office, insults one guy, and then is basically never heard from again, and pops back up with Machine Gun Kelly, who's, from what I hear, like actually like a decent, like a cool person, but also a dude that literally switched genres after a very bad confrontation with another powerful dude in the industry.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I've never thought of it
Kill
that
Shot from
way.
Eminem came out, and he moved into emo pop punk rock.
Yeah.
And Machine Gun Kelly is like a terrific rapper. He's like very good at it. So I was like, it's a weird lateral move. I'm really glad that he did it because he seems to be even more successful in that genre of music. But
His music, I do like his music.
I do find
like
it strange
the
that she hasn't aged. She looks like the same age. Some of these people have looked the same age forever.
Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they freeze their face.
Either that or sacrificing the blood of innocence.
Right.
True.
She does both.
Yeah.
She keeps his blood in a vial on her necklace, for real.
It could have
Are
been
they,
your
they're
blood.
still together?
Kind of.
I
They make it,
think-
it's like he cheated on her, I think, and they're kind of together always, but then, I don't know.
Oh, it's like a Pam Tommy Lee thing.
For real, though, yeah.
He literally he was Tommy Lee in the movie.
Yeah, it was bad.
I like Dirt. It was good. I thought it was
No.
No.
No, that's wrong. Let's go to the next one. Oh my God, this one made me laugh so hard. I've had about 8 hours of sleep in the last 72. If it's not urgent, keep it for later. If I'm dealing with you, please don't tell me you're busy, etc. I promise that my calendar for a single day will shit on everything you have this entire week.
Oh. Well, my buddy from high school called it, right? It was just like remarkable time management. You can still find time for Facebook. That's a great way to like ding me.
Yeah.
True. That's
This is an amazing amount of self-importance
It's so bad.
that I find worthy of this podcast.
Yeah.
You know?
It's delusional
Yeah.
is what it is.
Let's go back up to the status. Favorite part. If I'm dealing with you, please don't tell me you're busy. Yeah.
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 I promise that my calendar for a single day will shit on everything you have for this entire
Jan
week.
9th, 2013.
I love it.
So
Yeah, what were you doing?
I've graduated. Jan of 2013 I'd have just moved to Dallas, I think, right around that week.
Nobody in Dallas is busy.
No, and I
Yeah.
wasn't busy.
You were like, look, if anyone wants to ask me out, I'm too busy.
Yeah, I think like this version of me, probably up until like the mid-20s, was like a fucking insufferable dude that life hadn't beaten down sufficiently yet. It was just like a very jagged rock that needed to be polished a little bit.
So what were you doing? Where were you working during this time?
I was a retail sales rep in Dallas, Texas. I had to manage essentially like products would come in for the company and I'd have to make sure that they were in the right place within the Walmart.
Wow.
It was just fucking riveting stuff. I would go in there, you know, I got a guy, the hardcore Republican Texan, like store managers making like, not even like department aisle managers, guys making minimum wage, and I'm going in there in a fucking suit, badgering them about like, well, where's my toothpaste? It needs to be out here. And they're like, I don't give a fuck, man. Just go. And what I learned is like, after a little while of doing that job, all I needed to do was wait. And so you didn't even have to go talk to these guys. Eventually, the product would make its way to the floor because they needed to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
And so once I put that together, I was like, oh, so we're just literally driving from A to B. I was doing 120 miles of driving a day.
Oh, that's too much.
Damn.
My car was fucking beat. Like it lasted 3 years. It was terrible.
On a serious note, this status is literally how I feel after waking up to go to the DMV today at 8:45 in the morning. I'm like, don't tell me you're tired.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I woke up at 8:45 and slept in the car both ways, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys know what real work is.
Do most of your guests cringe this hard on this podcast? I can feel myself
Worse.
sweating. This
Worse.
is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was the easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is nothing.
Do
Are
they,
there
like,
more? How many more?
One more.
One more.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
It's
Here
probably,
we go.
it's probably not even that good.
Oh, what is it? Let's see
see.
it.
Oh, it's the best
Oh,
one!
she
I
saved
love
the
this
best
one.
for last.
My roommate who has a girlfriend had 4 girls in his room this evening. They left and he came into my room and said, you know those girls? They're like sisters to me. They're really cool friends. I have a sneaking suspicion that he wants backup from me when his GF Skype calls him tonight.
Yeah, he cheated on his girlfriend.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
That got fucked over.
The
his
fact
girlfriend.
that you
Snitch.
publicly posted
Yeah.
this.
Well, I wasn't friends with him.
Oh, okay.
There were he lived in the same room that we lived in, and I wasn't friends with his girlfriend or anything. Like this is still relatively early, 2011.
Would
Yeah.
she come visit and he was like cheating on her?
No, she would leave because they didn't go to the same school. So like he had this girlfriend back home, and like would like hang out with these other girls all the time. And yeah, so like that's pretty much, she would Skype in once in a while. She would call and we would hear it because we all live in the same space.
Was this the guy you messaged on Facebook?
No,
Okay.
that's like, Evan's
right.
always been like
He
a very fucking like loyal,
What?
nice guy.
He lying. He smiled.
No, Evan's always been a decent dude.
I love that the final cringe post is you narking on your roommate.
I didn't like that dude at all.
Who was he? What's his
Cheating
vibe?
is bad.
He was just kind of a douchey guy. You know, like he would always act like he was better than you, or he had like he was the guy that my last post was.
Oh, really?
If that makes sense. He was always like too busy. He was always like, oh, I'm like, and then he would say shit like this. They're like really cool. They're like sisters to me. It's like, oh yeah, you're trying to fuck your sister. that's your
Was he
energy.
white?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to fuck his
Classic.
sister.
That's weird.
That's what they do.
Ugh. This is
How do
A
you feel
lot.
about this post? Is this cringy to see or no?
no, not really.
Oh, this is the one he stands by.
Yeah.
Was it worse than you thought? Did you think we were gonna find worse?
No, I've always looked at this stuff. Like I delete my Facebook memories all the time because
I know. I searched certain words like fuck and nothing came up.
I mean, I think I always kept it relatively clean on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's just kind of who I am.
Hate that.
You hate that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably the stuff that I feel like weirdest about is honestly looking at old pictures of me. Where I had
Because
like
he misses his hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was making that weird face all the time.
I'm glad we got to bring that back for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was not fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I feel fine.
Okay,
you
not
have
scared
fun?
anymore. Are you still sweating? It is hot in here. Anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. I think I was sweating more because of like that than the lights. But yeah, no, I feel fine.
you
okay.
had fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Rate it on a
Woo!
scale from 1 to 10.
Oof.
1 being not fun, 10 being fun.
No, I'd say 8. I mean, this is like easily for me like a 9 or a 10. It's the heat that is the 1 point ding.
Whoa.
Damn.
But that's all right.
We need to buy AC.
Yeah, we do.
It's only $4,000.
That's what
Our guests are
Well-
suffering. All right. Well,
Where
drop
can
the
people-
socials. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's just Raj does comedy on everything.
What's the show that you run?
Yeah.
The show is Spicy Moon. It's the show's called Rabbit Hole. It's at a place called Spicy Moon in the Bowery in New York. It's like an underground. How'd you describe it? It's like a triad den speakeasy.
Yeah,
It's got a very Asian
speakeasy
vibe to it. Vegan
bar
food,
upstairs.
bar upstairs. There's a sign that says "Welcome to," like it says "Go down the rabbit hole" or something. That's why it's called that.
Mm-hmm.
You go down the stairs and it's like hidden back there.
Okay. Everyone go to the show that watches this in New York City.
But yeah, if
Yeah.
I can plug anything, if you are in and around Northwest Arkansas, October 3rd through 5th, Sam Talent and I are starting a festival there. It's our first year. We'll have Sam, Kyle Kinane, Jeff Asmus, Mary Santora, Heather Shaw, a bunch of other great acts. So come on out if you're around. Yeah, we'll be having fun all weekend.
I love that.
We'll
Yeah.
be there.
It'll be a good time.
Yeah, podcast on Instagram, Cold as Lucas, Dulce
Dulce
Mac.
Mac.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Creek in the Cave Studio YouTube. Thank you so much.